Hello, it is Leah
and Laura.
and it's Friday. You would think she would have learned from the previous week, the Friday song.
I just don't know what key we're singing in. Because she goes,
Friday.
she goes, and it's, and I'm supposed to know
And
where
it's
it goes.
Friday.
And
Friday.
it's Friday.
And it's time again to
Ask your mama.
That's right. It's Friday. It's time to ask your mama. Although you don't see this till Saturday, so surely. Whatever.
Right now it's Friday.
Friday. Cheers.
Oh, cheers. So, Leah, did we get any questions?
We did.
Questions.
We did get some questions.
Yes, we.
But before we get into the questions, I want to talk about last week because we got a lot of comments about last week and about people of our generation that watched, and several comments about how people understood what we were talking about with our mom because their moms
we like that
did
too.
the same thing when their moms and dads never expressed love or hugged or... So was it the generation?
I don't know. I mean, maybe
it was. I don't know.
How could I know? I just
We
know
weren't
that
there.
We just experienced it
I
just
don't
as
know.
you
It was
did.
a different time.
Yeah.
It was a different time.
More than a sip of wine.
Yeah. Well, we have a couple of questions, and then we had one kind of a interesting question, and it's from our viewer Teresa. I won't say her last name, Teresa.
Hi, Teresa.
Hi, Teresa. And she says, I would ask my mom if she's watching over my granddaughter. And then she has a little tear.
Oh.
And I have to say, Teresa, that I personally believe she probably is.
Yes.
And I have reason to say that. I'm not just trying to make you feel better.
No, yeah, there's
And
good reason for it.
There's good reason for it. And we just got off the phone with Laura's daughter, Jennifer. Because I was telling Laura when I read this question that I remember Jennifer when she was just a wee one. And she would have conversations, and when asked, who are you talking to? She would say, Grandpa Dub. And that was our father who passed away, how many weeks before she was born?
It was about
3
exactly
weeks?
a month.
A month. So 4 weeks
Yeah.
prior to her birth.
Mm-hmm.
So she never met her Grandpa Dub.
Nope.
And was probably too young, to even really
Yeah,
hear stories or anything. So,
but we would have told her about Grandpa Dub, but this was later. I mean,
Yeah.
she was seeing Grandpa Dub
she was
pretty
seeing
early.
him. Yeah, pretty early. And so, and Laura didn't remember this. So I'm like, I'm not nuts. So we called Jennifer. Hi, Jen. And she said, oh, yeah, Grandpa Dub came and took me flying.
Yeah, that's the part I didn't remember.
And, and so she then just called us and told us the whole story. Do you want to relay the story?
No, well, there was this little bear. What kind of bear did she say?
It was a little polar bear.
A little polar bear that she wanted to play with, and my mother, we all lived together, and it was my mom's polar bear. So she put it on top of a shelf across from Jennifer's bed. Don't ask me why, that just seems like temptation. But anyway.
Don't play with that bear.
Don't play with that bear, but I'm going to put it right here where you can see it. But anyway, so there was no way, Jennifer related that she tried to get the bear all the time off the top. Well, at that one night, she had a dream that she used to try to fly off her bed. She had a dream that Grandpa Dub came and took her flying and took her up to the top of the shelf to get the polar bear and back to her bed. Well, the next morning, my mother, her grandma, comes into the room and says, how come you have the polar bear? So Jennifer actually had the polar bear in her arms on her bed.
And in the innocence of a child said, because Grandpa Dub came and took me flying to get it.
Yep, Grandpa Dub came to take her flying.
So, yes.
And she just told us now, if that was something that she didn't do, like she secretly actually climbed up, she would have told us that.
Yeah.
So this is something as a child,
it was a very thin, not very deep kind of
shelf,
bookcase that would have easily fallen over had she tried to climb up it. So, yeah. So, yes, I believe that your mother is watching over your granddaughter.
And smiling great big.
Yeah.
And probably visiting.
And probably visiting. And I think because children, this is the way I interpret that. I think children are more open to visits like that, whereas as adults we start to
we're told that
dismiss that as that's ridiculous, that doesn't happen, and oh, it's just whatever. So we kind of just poo-poo that kind of stuff.
I have another story like that, but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah. What, mother?
No.
Oh,
just
yeah.
Visitors.
Visitors.
Yes.
Anyway,
She is watching over you.
I believe that your mother is watching over your
Definitely
granddaughter.
is.
Absolutely.
An angel she is.
Yes. So then we have another question. If you could pick, this is from Fantasia.
Hi, Fantasia.
Hi, Fantasia. If you could pick only one thing, what would be the most important thing to teach your kids and why?
Only one thing.
I know.
That's tough.
I mean, we need more than one life lesson.
If I could teach them one thing, is just be observant. Because why you learn that way.
You'll learn that way.
I don't know.
I'll teach them some street smarts.
Well,
no.
How are they going to, you've got to broaden that out because they're, I guess you would want to say, have compassion, teach them compassion for themselves and others. But, I'd have to think about this. Love for God.
I would think.
Because God will teach you. And
yeah, I think if I could only teach them one thing, it would be love. And that's very broad. But so is this question.
Mm-hmm.
And not just love first and foremost for God. Secondly, for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
To teach them to love themselves and to be happy and healthy in their own skin.
Yeah.
And then to love others. So.
And be observant.
And to be observant while you're being loving. Okay. Bobby129.
Hi, Bobby129.
Hi, Bobby129. Are you male?
Bobby?
I'm going to say it's male because it's Bobby with a Y.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
I would like to ask my mama what I should do if I want to date someone, but they're in an online relationship and won't give me the time of day.
Wait, let me take a deep breath here.
I know.
That's really weird.
Well, it's not weird. Because we're in a new world, people. We are in a new world, and online relationships, so many people meet online.
Hello.
And, so many people meet online, and those, to me, I have met some very good friends online.
Right.
And
I'm actually have
and she actually has an online relationship. So
yes.
To me, that's a very real thing. So Bobby 129.
I don't know what to say about that. Because, it depends on the online relationship. With me and my online relationship, I can't even consider dating anybody because I would feel like I'm betraying this person.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
My man.
This man.
My man.
The thing is online relationships are just as real as offline relationships.
You do have to be careful.
Yes.
Meeting somebody, but yes.
Right. If you are old enough to date and you are an adult person and you are keeping safety at, then absolutely lots of people meet online and they then turn into physical real world relationships.
I know so many people that have met online
I know,
who
right?
are married now. Yes.
So Bobby129, I would say, as much as you might want to date this person, you need to respect that relationship just as you would if this person had a boyfriend next door,
Right.
or a husband, or any other kind of relationship. You should respect that person's relationship
Mm-hmm.
and move on, boy. Move on if you're a boy. I think you're a boy because you spelled
Bobby with a Y.
But so I think that you need
Just
to respect their relationship and move on. And
Yeah.
if it's something that's meant to be down the road, then it will be. And I know it might be hurtful to you,
Right.
and that's can
And
feel
you know,
not
your
good.
mama, depending on your age, may not approve anyways. You know,
That's right.
You know, if you're younger, that would make me concerned. You
Yeah.
know, seriously.
So, I mean, I would like to see you, Bobby129, find a woman that loves you, or a girl, or, you know, I don't know how old you are, but that loves you for you, and somebody, instead of chasing something that may not ever be. Just saying.
Is that the question?
I think. Wasn't that the question?
Yeah.
We've gotten so far off track.
I tend to do that in like a split second.
We
just
get
go
off
the
track. Was that the question? Did we answer the question?
Liven it up. Hoopla. Have another sip of
Have a
wine.
little sip of wine, Bobby129. That's our questions for today. And if you have a question you'd like to ask your mama, but you're
Yes.
afraid to, or maybe you don't have the opportunity to, we're your girls.
We're mama.
We're mamas. So put your questions down
Mama.
below in the comments, or private message us, or send them on Twitter or on Instagram or
Whisper
someplace.
in our ear.
Just whisper them to us,
Yeah.
and we will answer your questions next week.
Yes.
Bye for
Bye.
now.